Okay, so small introduction. I'm doing game exchange with a few people. This is the game I wanted them to learn. I have the world record and I just decided to do like a fun, quick little test of it with the strats I have developed over the years that isn't in the current test and like this is not a perfect test. I didn't go in to try and slim it down to the perfect frame count. Like I left things in I knew was a little bit unoptimized because I'm lazy. But right away we're simply just gonna showcase like the run itself. That's the idea at least. Just showcase. It's not a human theory test either. Like definitely not. Because I do things that, well, mainly it's frame perfect jumps all the time to gain like a pixel every jump and the skip. But like it still showcased that you can get a low 4-minute time in this game. But yeah, for people that don't wanna watch like the explanation of every single like trick and everything, I will just showcase the game right now, like the run. And later, after we showcased it, if you want to have some like notes about like what the different frames for every trick and everything is, we can do that. But I'm gonna showcase the run, and just say exactly what's going on currently. So right up here, we do a wiggle to get a frame perfect jump over him. Here we do another wiggle, we have 4 frames to get under, here we have 6 frames to get under. And that's all the same for all the enemies that are coming up, basically the same. On the stair jump here, I noticed you need to jump on one of the 3 final frames to be able to get this damage boost. But you have 5 frames to execute a frame perfect jump. Basically you could say the first part is 5 frames, the final part is 1 frame. And again, very simple, very standard. This door entry is a 2-framer, I never knew that, which explains why I missed that one a lot. Here we get a bad shower cycle, we do the best we can with the shower cycle. And yeah, I was planning to try and do something with this room, but I was like, nah, let's just keep it simple, let's keep the same threat that we use in the world record. The second damage boost here, the turnaround you have around 5 frames on, and depending on how you do the turnaround, it will be a frame perfect to a 3-frame windows. That's a new strat that I found out, where you gain about 40 frames, but it's really rough. I would say that's one of the final tricks I probably would see someone add to this run. Because you have very little audio cue, very little just time to react to it, basically. These jumps do not do anything. I was just testing, and jumping without shoes does not lose your time. That's just for swag. This jump here, you have a 3-frame window to do the first jump to be able to attempt the door glitch. These ships are not like super perfect. I just found a rhythm that was close enough to what I do when I do real attempts. And that jump, when I hug the wall, is a little bit bad, but it's okay. As I said, we're not going for perfection here. And like these jumps you don't need to mash to get perfect. So this is a rhythm mash. Like you can definitely probably not do every single jump perfect, but you can probably get like 90% perfection if your mash is good enough and you can do a resting mash at this pace. Because I think I don't have this stats right now, but it's very easy. A very low meshing. On this test run, I actually get like the perfect failed zip, but I still do the like it's supposed to be done. And you can see like how fast you can go up the wall here. And I don't swap here because I realize it's probably slower. I didn't test it, but I assume it's slower. I found out that if you walk off these two things, you get a 2-frame window to do a stair jump instead of the usual 1 frame. I don't know why, but you do. So that's something that will make the end a little bit more easy. Also, this final kill is not humanly possible. Also, jumping and hitting your head there, because of the position I had, is faster because you accelerate in the air as well. So just gaining maximum acceleration until you go down is the perfect thing. So those arcs is just from like me dragging everything down. They do not do anything. But that's basically a 355 in like RTA timing. And probably around 358, 359 in TAS timing. But yeah, let's go back here and now for some notes. And I can pause whenever. So first off here, like the wiggle doesn't need to be perfect. Like all the wiggle is here is to make sure that you get like time with the eye moving forward. And during this test, the jump was frame perfect, but I'm pretty sure you can do turnbacks or subpixel or whatever decides, so you can get a 2-frame jump as well. So this one is either 1 or 2 frame. So just gonna pause very quickly before each trick to explain my notes. So the second damage boost, if you do a standstill, you have a 2-frame. But if you do a turnaround, you also have a 2-frame chance to do it. But doing the wiggle is actually 4 frames faster. So wiggle 4 frames faster. I do not know why, but that's just how it works. Same thing here. If you actually do the wiggle, it reduces the frame window from 8 frames to get under him to 4 frames. However, it is 3 frames faster. And that's the same one as before. That boosts are completely normal. So right here for this jump, you have you need to jump 1 to 3 frames before you start climbing the stairs. If you do like a normal stair jump, you know, you just jump straight up, you're 1 frame late most likely. And then if you get a frame perfect jump, you need to start a regular stair jump within a 5-frame window. And then the next one is another frame perfect. So it's actually just 2 frame perfect with 2 like small frame window trick this. Like 3-frame trick, frame perfect, 5-frame trick, frame perfect. But that's something that people should probably go for if they want a really low time, because it saves so much time. We explained these before. In the TAS here, this guy was a 2-frame jump. So again, I think that depends on like something that I don't know about the game, whether a trick is 1 or 2 frame. Or basically if you gain an extra frame of chance of doing a trick. I experimented a little bit about this stair fall, but the current one seems the fastest, because whenever I tried other threats, I could not get the damage boost after the stairs. So I would assume this is like the best one, but someone can probably figure out something. I also try to experiment with like landing right right here and jumping. Sadly, you get above this. And if you do the straight falling down glitch, this stair jump does not seem to be working. But I still jump like this because jumping out here just messed up the next damage boost. This jump is a 1 frame as well. These are the same as before. No, I think these are 6 frames actually. So that door entry is a 2-frame window. Like how you can make it a little bit more safe is hitting up and left. Like hold left and just press up. Because you will probably lose a few frames if you miss the up frame. But you will not lose like half a second just because you try to time that up press and then you're standing still. Here we do a small wiggle. These showers are cycle based. I got lucky with the 1 damage through the enemy. This one is completely normal. This first jump yeah, I can just because this is a big place to lose runs, I will explain like what happens when you miss it. But you have a 2-frame window. If you're 3 or more frames early, you will get the bell boost backwards, meaning you will not take the body damage. If you're 1 to 2 frames early, you will take the bell boost upwards and take a body hit afterwards. And if you're late, you're just gonna hit the body. Like that's a good way of like getting a feel for when you're jumping too early, too late. Like if you get hit by the body, you're late. If you get hit by the barbell and then body, you're a little bit early. And if you just get hit by the barbell, you're way too early. So right here, this turnaround is not frame perfect. But if you do the turnaround on the first possible frame, you will have a 1 frame window to make the jump. On the second frame, 2 frames to make the jump. On the third frame, 3 frames to do the jump. And then it goes back to 2 frames until it doesn't work anymore. This could also be influenced by your subpixel, so or the hidden value that I do not know. So that one frame window might just be because I was lucky. Because I'm pretty sure the 3 frame window is because I was lucky. So I have a few images and stuff that I took during this, labeled and everything, so you can get a visual cue. Because all of this is basically buffered. The only thing that can change the movement in this room up until this part is basically if you do first frame or second frame on the barbell. So here you actually get the shoes on this frame, but you can't jump because you changed your height, so you can only jump once. Here is the frame you need to press jump on, basically. So here, try to go as early as possible, so you can see you're basically almost touching the wall and you can do the zip. But I know going for this early of a zip, you can also fail the zip. You know, kind of like how you can fail zips later. So I think when you do it from here, it's not guaranteed. So right here, this is the new strat, which I believe you could do. So basically why this one works is you're teleporting and you teleport up here. So you haven't touched the stairs yet. You haven't touched the stairs yet. So you do a jump right away there. And now you've done the stair jump to set up the frame perfect jump. And now you can turn around and do a frame perfect jump to get speed towards there instead of having to jump and land. And this is just the same old basic thing. Same thing there, as early as possible. Right here, we're using the momentum we still are having entering the door. And here, this is the first frame we can hit A on. We can also hit on this or this frame. But you need to hit it on one of these 3 frames. And if you do that, you get the perfect angle. So you go straight up here and hit your head right there. And if you get that in a run, you're probably saving like close to a second. Like half a second or something. And here, I can just explain the inputs I do for the zip here. Like this is how my zip here looks. Like 3 empty left inputs, so it's like do, 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 do. And that's kind of what I do on controller, but obviously not gonna be as consistent as this. I don't know if this is the fastest possible you can do it. Like it might be that you need to let go of 3 frames, then 4 frames and so on, but I didn't want to experiment too much. And yeah, this is just jumping. And like I said, like this is how many frames are between each one. Let's take the next one here. Jump. So you jump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Every 9 frame, that would be like 6.5 or something per second. So like 6.5 per second, anyone can match. Like that's like Lucha, yeah, mash. Like if Lucha can match that fast, you can match that fast. But yeah, it's basically a very slow like rhythm you need here. And yeah, I will answer questions after the run just to make this a consistent video. But yeah, you just keep on jumping. And again, we just zip. Here, this one is a little bit interesting, this jump. Because this is a jump that I've done in runs that I stopped doing. But it's very hard to do this run. Basically you need to jump here, let go. And then when you land, this is actually the first frame you can jump on, but you need to delay it by 3 frames, then jump. Because that will de-accelerate you enough to jump up and land right here. And again, these jumps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 frames here as well. So if you can get like a consistent 9 frame mash, which I think everyone can do, like you can basically jump like you're doing in the TAS, because I can say I've been pressing the button way too fast. Because I was thinking it was more like a 8 per second presses, but this is closer to like 7. And here, I'm actually using a strat that I used early on, where I will show it right here when so I start zip way before I hit the wall here. And that's because for some reason I think like you can't overzip from this pixel. I didn't overzip here either. But like in this position I can actually hold right and still get it. And the menus, you can start doing menu presses on this frame. So you do downs and you do start and you're done. And like it's only you can see right here, this is start. On this frame I press start. And then it's down and start. So you can literally just time it really quickly and do super quick pauses. Because the thing is, after you swap, you have such a big window to change your direction that you should be holding. So you just do a quick menu and then hold the direction. And here you can see you actually want to hold right. This is the frame you want to press R on, so 2 frames before the screen actually goes here. And then for this part, you can mash as fast as you want. Like, look at that. And I don't swap here. Like, let's just look at that real time. Like, that looks cool. So that might be a position where I actually swap to a double mash just to get that. Just because it looks cool. So I didn't swap there. Because I do not think you save that many frames as a pause menu waste, because you can see it wastes like quite a lot of time. But also because you can do a small little zip right here. So you zip out. So this was probably one of the biggest discoveries, like for consistency of getting fast times. Basically here, if you walk off right here, instead of jumping, for some reason, you can press jump on this frame or this frame to get another jump. So it's the only place where you can do stair jumps, a 2-frame window thing. I did actually not check if the second one actually worked on both frames. Let's check that really quickly. Yeah, it works on both frames. Like on the third frame. Oh, on the third frame as well. Oh, do you know why it works? It's not the stair jump you do actually. So the reason why it works is the same reason why you get pushed forward a frame when you bounce your head. The reason you get pushed forward when you do a jump is because whenever you jump and hit your head, you get pushed forward. You get like a 1 frame of movement you can do, and you get, if you're holding right, you get 1 frame of like forward movement plus whatever movement you have. So because you walk off that top stair, you always land on the top stair, and because you always land on the top stair, you always hit your head, so you accelerate up to max speed in air. Whoops. See, I might not know how to check test stuff, but I can explain it with stupid logic. So right here, I do not think this is the most optimal jump, but I decided to just keep this. Because the most optimal jump, you actually get up to the top one here, but I didn't want to search for like the correct frame and everything, so I just did a more optimal jump here. And I did get up to that, so... Okay, so for this, we will do this boss really slowly here. So I tried to find a double hit there, but I didn't. So here, you hit, then you just turn back, let the towel be in his hurt box. Again, turn back, hit, let the towel be in his hurt box, turn back, swap, and here I jump because you accelerate faster the longer you're falling, and then boom. And that's time. But yeah, I'm gonna highlight this, upload to YouTube, people can watch it, listen to my explanation, and yeah. Let's just watch the ending together.